Okay, so I was getting the word Terminator. Okay, so the movie Terminator could be significant. Spirit was breaking down the words. What is that called? Etymology? Etymology is coming through. Someone could be studious when it comes to words. I'm seeing a thesaurus. It's like someone could be a wordsmith, a lyricist, a poet. Someone here could study the origin of words. So, okay, I started out at Terminator, then it takes me to terminate, then it takes me to determined, and then I heard deter. So there was like a phase, there was like a full moon cycle here. The waning, the waxing, the new moon, the full, the crescent, all of these different phases. Okay, someone here could be a lunar witch. I'm also hearing hearth witch because I'm using my green light. So green could be a color for you. You could have a affinity for nature, outdoors. But it's like I'm seeing the scene where Arnold kind of cocks that shotgun and he's like, like I'm here to shoot first, ask questions later. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's like you're getting straight down to business. Yeah, you're not questioning yourself anymore. Someone here could be a fire sign. I'm picking up Sagittarius energy. Someone could also have a duality where you're like book smart, but you're also street smart. Because I'm thinking about how Arnold, no one expected him to run for office, right? I forget what country he's like. Was it Russia? But that dude ran for president. Like, you know, a whole actor. So you could have this like, you could have this capability to flip different fields. Like if you want to try this field, not only will you try it, but you will excel at it. It's like it's whatever you want. It's whatever you want. Okay, this is also like it's giving witchy vibes. Okay, you can have a cat, a ginger cat. Okay, or you could like be into cat videos, much like myself. Listen, it's funny. Cats are the most majestic things on earth, but they're also the funniest things at the same time. So that could be coming through as well. Like you're so divine, but you're also funny as fuck. Like there's like this duality to you. You're funny as fuck. And I feel like people don't really know. That's what I'm seeing. Like they don't know where to place you. They don't know how to categorize you. But there's a rebirth. I'm coming back to that movie again. Someone's name could be Sarah, someone's name could be Connor. I'm seeing the scene where, you know the scene, right? And that to me just screams rebirth. Because, you know, if you're not unfamiliar with Terminator, the Terminator is a robot, right? Who looks like this dangerous weapon to society, and he winds up having the heart of gold, right? He protects Sarah and her son, I think. Is it Jake? Is it Jay Connor? I forget his name, right? But this robot, he experiences sentimentality toward these humans and protects them. So it's like you could be put here to do something humanitarian like. You could be put here to be a voice for the people, okay? To speak up, to be an advocate for justice. Someone here could also be really good with their words. I was channeling a wordsmith. All right. Yeah, I feel as though most would say that it's a wrap when his thumb goes into that lava, because the lava is supposed to basically destruct the robot, right? But I'm hearing the word resurrected, resurrect, reserves, reservoir. It's like spirit is being funny with the words in this reading, and it's like one thing leads to another. Just when you think something's coming to an end, something else is beginning for you. I'm not seeing you take no losses for real. You take adjustments. You know what I mean? Like a loss for you is an adjustment. It's like, oh, guess I'm not dating that person. Oh, guess I'm not working here. It's like it's not an L. It's redirection. So yeah, you could be in this period where you've been in preparation for what's coming next. The window in this card makes me think of the Wheel of Fortune. I did channel Sagittarius earlier. Yeah, this is very much giving Hermit. Okay, you could be a Virgo. Spirit has been your guiding light. Spirit has been your terminator, right? Your terminator, your protector, to help you to see how capable you are. Because in that movie, right, of course, in the very beginning, Sarah and her son, they was scared. Like, they was like, bruh, don't kill me. After a while, they develop a bond with the robot. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. So I was being brought to remember how I used to work in this particular toxic environment, and Spirit was reminding me how far I came. The term that came through was, you suspected people correctly. So someone here could be in their beginning stages of using their intuition in a way that intuits people's intentions, right? You have strengths with using your intuition in other ways, but when it comes to making decisions regarding people around you, that's where that's kind of like where the real test begins. And your spirit team is saying you're suspecting correctly. So someone at the beginning stages, they're gonna feel what other people are thinking without understanding that they're mind reading, without understanding that they're claircognizant, clairsentient, clairvoyant, clairaudient especially. So you're suspecting it, and it's like Spirit is ushering someone into that confidence. Like I said, Sarah begins to understand her capability the more that she rides with Terminator. She becomes a badass. You know what I mean? And so this is like Spirit offering to take your hand to essentially help you burst through the glass. You know what's funny? Before I started this message, I was thinking about broken glass from a window. As soon as I thought about the breaking down of words, it led me to think about the breakdown of a glass window. So that could be significant for somebody, but it's like Spirit is helping you to shatter, right? Shatter the paradigms that have been making, in a way, keeping you small, okay? Keeping you from your true otherworldly essence. Because the minute, you know what I mean? The minute you start to really lean into your gifts, the minute you start to really intuit, and now you're using your intuition to guide you in real life decisions, now you're working that muscle. Now you're bridging the gap between the physical and the spiritual world. This keeps coming through. So piranhas could be significant, but this is why. It's for your safety. It's also for your discernment, because you're going to be able to see things from a mile away. And instead of suspecting your intuition, you're going to trust your intuition, because you're already on point. You're already suspecting correctly. It's just a matter of you leaning into that nudge. You know what I mean? Yeah, you could be seeing a lot of birds lately. Something here about kaleidoscopes or church windows, maybe. Those windows that are like multicolored, that's coming through. Okay, I'm seeing Mother Mary, I'm seeing Jesus. Yeah, you're being ushered into the path of the unknown. You're being ushered into the wild side. I like this. I like this for y'all, okay? For the masculines as well, you could be being ushered into this kind of warlock, magi, alchemist energy, okay? I'm also picking up like Horus, Ra, Zeus, Shango, Pan, okay? I'm picking up Perseus, Poseidon, okay? Any of those gods could be significant for you. If you're unfamiliar with Wednesday, this is like her right-hand man, right? This little hand happens to be her best friend that's kind of like there for her in the nick of time, okay? He happens to be very clutch. And so this represents like the development of your connection to Spirit and the development getting stronger and stronger. So right now, Spirit is being funny. Like for some of you, your development is at its infantry phase, right? We were talking about phases earlier, the different phases, the moon phases. This hand is going to develop into a full body, meaning this connection between you and Spirit is going to develop into having its own pulse, to where you two are locked in. Whoever you resonate with, it's meant to be an intimate journey. You're saying goodbye to a lot of things. A lot of you are terminating a lot of things. This journey is meant to be very intimate. It's very uniquely yours. Okay, ravens or crows could be significant. Hecate could be significant. The Morrigan is coming through. Someone here could be a Scorpio. We talked about rebirth with that thumb. Yeah, you're cleaning up shop, because in this life, I do feel like I'm talking to a badass. I do feel like I'm talking to someone who is entering their main character energy. I do feel like you are hearing the whispers of the divine. You are healing. You are healing. You are hearing the whispers of your soul. Okay, I'm seeing a typewriter. All right, I did mention a wordsmith. I did mention someone who's a lyricist. You could also be a book writer, someone who writes scripts, movies, directors. Yeah, you're meant for more. You're here to do that shit. And you're here to do it on a larger scale. So the divine is coming through and saying to you, take my hand. I've got you. 111 and 133 could be significant.